Happy day, my fabulous vibers. Welcome back to my podcast, where I believe that every woman deserves the freedom to craft the life she wants and the guts to go after it. We will share stories, facts, and opinions on various aspects of life to give you that kick in the ass to light you up and spread killer vibes every day, 24/7. Today's episode is sponsored by Natalia Castillo, a skincare specialist who will take care of your health, beauty, and wellness needs. Follow her on Instagram at Natalia Skincare Specialist, or you may call her at 713-354-5124, or you may email her at Natalie at mybeautifulbody.com. So, you guys, today we are going to be talking about a topic that is very personal to many of us. It's a very personal topic for myself. It's something that I deal with on a very real basis every day. The title of our podcast today is Tough Mental Shit Driven Women Deal With on a Daily Basis. And I will tell you that today's topic is something that I do deal with on a daily basis. And I will tell you that this topic and what I deal with today did not start happening to me till like my mid 30s. It wasn't something I had in my early 20s or my early teens. It's something that happened to me actually quite later. And what we're going to be talking about today is what is imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, based on the definition, is the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own efforts or skills. It's For me, it's feeling like maybe I don't deserve what I'm doing, or I don't deserve to be where I am because I did not earn it. I didn't work hard enough for it. I didn't do what was necessary to achieve that level of success. But again, it is a syndrome, it's an experience. Some people call it a behavior. It's, whatever you want to call it, it really is the same thing. It's just feeling like you didn't deserve to be where you are, or you didn't achieve something based on your own efforts. And I think this particular type of syndrome, the imposter syndrome, is something that's quite evident in the Latino community, but I think it's something that I hear on a constant basis from the Latinas that I work with, whether it's in my business or in life in general. It's something that people really deal with and just don't know how to overcome, or, throw some sort of strategy at it and say, oh, I figured it out. I know how to deal with my imposter syndrome. So for me, imposter syndrome did not happen until I was already married and I was already leading a business. For some reason or another, I always felt super confident about my abilities to achieve and be able to do whatever I wanted. Early on, as a young girl, I do remember being in college, or being a senior in high school, and just applying to my favorite colleges, getting accepted, and feeling completely confident that I deserved to go to those universities. I did not question it. I just said, I know I'm going. I was told my whole life that I did have what it takes to go to these colleges. So I believed it, and I moved on and forward 20 years. And then I have a business, and then I'm like, oh crap, I don't think I deserve being here. Or my husband takes me on the most beautiful trips, and I said, why am I here? Like, what did I do to deserve, being in this beautiful place? Things like that did not, appear for me until much later in life. And I'm going to tell you guys a story today about that time when I almost sabotaged a very important moment for me, for my business, for who I am, in terms of who I became later on after 20 years as a teacher, and wanting to have something so personal. So, in my goals in life, and my goal, maybe 2015, 2016, after I had already completed college, I was already married a few years, I was already pretty successful in everything that I did. I started my own business, and I started a boutique. I started having classes at my store. It was just a very unique place because I conducted classes there, I had events there, and then I also sold a lot of really great things for my travels. But it was quite an interesting concept, because it was something that wasn't done before. It was something that, most people didn't know about. But I almost sabotaged a very important opportunity, because I got the call or got the email, and I'm like, I don't think I deserve this. I don't think I want this. It's not something that I deserve for myself. But let's go back 2015. I got the call September 20, let me see, September 2018, I got the call. And the call was from the Houston Chronicle. They wanted to do a style profile on me for their style section. Every Sunday they have a style section, and it's written by the fabulous Joy Sewing. She has a really cool column every Sunday where she highlights people in style, people in the city, people who are doing really cool, amazing things. Um, but starting in 2015, I had met her. I had gone to networking events. I had been in various places where she had been. I had introduced myself. I told her who I was, what I was doing. But at that point, I had set my sights on really having my own style profile in the Houston Chronicle. And for me that was the pinnacle of success, the pinnacle of people recognizing who I was and what I was doing, and just realizing that that was the moment, that was going to be my moment. So when I met her, I told her who I was, what I did. Time, like I said, it was 2015. 2016 comes by. I'm sending her emails. I'm like, hey, Joy, I would like to invite you to my boutique. Whenever you have time, stop in. I would like for you to come and see it, see what I'm doing. um and this goes back to the idea that I didn't consider imposter syndrome very much back then. I just figured, I'm gonna bug her until she's tired of me, and she's gonna come in and see me, and she'll come in and like say, oh my god, I love what she's doing, and she's going to definitely be a style profile. But every Sunday I would read her style profile on the Houston Chronicle. I would just, I guess, manifest, in a way, manifest myself. I would close my eyes and visualize myself being a part of that style profile. What does it mean to be to have imposter syndrome? So for me at that time, I didn't really know that I had it, but I did have it because I started to realize that I started to not share the amazing things that I was doing on Facebook or social media. Any social media, I wasn't sharing great things. Successes, I wasn't sharing, because I'm like, who do they think she is, to be, sharing all these great things. Like, how is she any different from any of us? Having grown up in a very low socioeconomic neighborhood, it kind of sets you up to think, well, this is where you came from, and so maybe this is where you belong. But I think for me, it didn't stay there. For me, it was like, if I was born here, it doesn't mean that I have to stay here. I can definitely move forward and move on and move past any of those things that were keeping me back. But at the same time, it applies to relationships. And believing that I needed something better, and believing that there was something better for me out there, allowed me to break up with people that were not good for me, that were not supportive of my dreams, were not supportive of my goals. So eventually I did marry somebody that was super supportive, super good to me. A little bit of the imposter syndrome started to set in when I met him, met his family, and started to really realize that, oh my gosh, there's a lot of really good things about him. Ooh, I don't know if maybe I'm worthy of this person. Again, it's a very, very intrinsic way of sabotaging things, and I think I could have sabotaged my relationship with my husband back then, because it was not something I was very confident in. I did not know if this person was going to be all those things for me that I was hoping to have. But again, I manifested those things. I put them out in the universe, and I did tell the universe this is the kind of person I wanted in my life. And when he appeared, all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, I did ask for him. He has every single thing that I wanted in my life. But am I deserving of him? Again, the imposter syndrome starts to show itself. I moved past that, and I moved past it because in my ear, I did have my father and my mother saying, why not? You deserve all of that and more. You are worthy of that. You um, have those qualities that he's looking for in a wife. You have those qualities in being a supportive person, a supportive relationship. why not? You came from a difficult relationship in high school and college. That person didn't appreciate you. That person put limits on you. This guy doesn't. Stop sabotaging yourself and keep it moving and move forward. And thankfully, I listened to those people around me because I did, you know, keep my relationship going. And it turned out to a beautiful 20 plus year relationship now that worked out super beautiful and super wonderful. But I could have sabotaged it if I would have started doubting myself and started doubting if this person was really the person for me and the person that deserved me. But let's go back to the Houston Chronicle pro style profile. So again, I'm sending messages to Joy, and I'm like, Joy, come and see me. I would love for you to come and see what I'm doing. Again, I'm asking for things. Again, I'm manifesting opportunities. And so at this point, something happens in 2018 in September. I get an email from Joy, and the email was just such a beautiful email that was just so 20 it was just such a way of her just sort of saying, hey, I'm doing a styles here, I'm doing a feature, the I want to talk to you more about it. I look at the email and I'm like, why is she reaching out to me? What's going on? Of course, this whole time I am highly aware that I'm sending her emails back, 2016, 2017. I sent her an email that said, hi, Joy. It was wonderful to meet you on Wednesday at the I Know Somebody Houston event. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. I love to meet one on one, possibly do a story about the boutique, the uniqueness of my space. We're a one of a kind. So I'm over here just really terribly going at it, significantly. Like, I'd love to talk to you. Let's meet up. This is a year before she sends me that message. Again, I'm just like sending her messages and just thinking, oh, one day she's gonna finally, realize who I am. Anyways, she finally sends me that message, and she sends me a message and she says, hey, we're interested in doing an article, a style profile on you. We think that you have everything that we're looking for the Chronicle. I'm so excited to finally be able to feature you. So I get that message. Obviously I get super excited. I can't believe it. I'm like, oh my god, the style profile is the Houston Chronicle. Everything I've been wanting, everything that I've been putting, manifesting, putting good energy out about. I look at that email and immediately imposter syndrome sets in for me. Immediately it gets to the point where I am feeling extremely insecure. Everything that I did not feel before or not think about before starts to hit me super, super hard. And I start to think, oh crap, maybe I don't need to do this. Maybe this whole time I've been emailing her and telling her how wonderful my boutique is. It's probably not a real deal. Maybe it's not really true. Maybe I'm just, overhyping it. Maybe I'm overconfident. Maybe I'm just, and so my brain starts to go into these crazy places that it really has never really been before. Maybe it's been there, but I've been able to just kind of like step on it and like smash it. But wow, she reaches out and she's super interested in doing it. And so she sends me these list of questions, and she's like, I want to know who your style heroes are, who's your favorite designer, how many pairs of shoes are in your closet. So she'll send me some really amazing questions that I obviously know because I have read her style profile for the last 6 7 years, probably, at the Houston Chronicle, and I know everything about it. I know exactly what she's asking about. But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking, oh, well, maybe I don't need to answer them. Maybe she'll just move on to somebody else because I don't who am I? Who am I to think that I deserve a Sunday style profile in the style section of the Houston Chronicle? Why? Why me? Why me? So, um, thankfully, she calls me. She sets up a phone call and I pick up the phone. And so we talk. And so, of course, if I'm talking to somebody on the phone, I'm not going to say no to her. I'm going to be super clear about, yeah, I got your message. I get it. I'm super excited about it. Here I am, super excited about it, but at the same time, ready to sabotage it. I hang up the phone and I don't confirm with her. I don't say yes or no. Either way, I don't say anything. I just sort of um, say, "Great, yeah, I'm excited." But the minute I hang up the phone, I get this really, really, really awful feeling, like a tightness in my chest, where I'm thinking, "Oh crap, I can't do this." Every single person that is on her style profile is fabulous, is amazing, is smart, is business oriented, is wonderful. They do philanthropy. Of course, this whole time, I know I do all those things. I do exactly all those things that I admire so much in those profiles. Um, but I almost don't respond to her. I almost don't go back to her email and answer her questions because I still am feeling a little bit of that imposter syndrome. I am feeling like, why is she thinking that I deserve this? Of course, I've been emailing her for the last 3 years. Of course, I've been telling her that I'm amazing. Of course, she's met me a few times and I've told her how much I just love, everything that she does. But why me? No, no, no. I don't deserve this. So I hang up the phone. I go and I tell Rusk about this. And so I say to him, "Hey, I cannot believe this. Joy Sewing wants to do a style profile on me. The style section, it's a whole section in the Houston Chronicle. I would get professional photography. I would get a whole article on it, and I don't know if I'm going to do it." And he looks at me and he's like, "Why would you not do it? What? How the hell do you think you're going to say no to that? That's what you've been wanting for the whole time." And in my heart of hearts, I'm like, "But honey, the people she profiles are amazing, wonderful people. They have the most wonderful, amazing style. They know exactly what they're doing. They have a business, they have a story, there's a background." And he's like, "But what do you think you don't have? You have all of those things and more. How in the world are you thinking you're not going to call her back? How in the world are you thinking you're not going to write her back and give her those details? You're going to set up a date. You're going to set up a date when she's going to come in and take the photography and interview you, right?" And yeah, I am, of course. But in the back of my head, it's like, ugh, do I deserve this? Why the hell am I going to sabotage something so beautiful, so important that I've been working on for years? Um, if you think about it introspectively, there is a moment in your life when you start to think that maybe you're not worthy of things and that those people that got those amazing things were more worthy than you. Um, and if you decide that that's the way it is, you lose opportunities and you lose amazing times and experiences because you just start to think about it and you think about it and you think about it and you overthink it without really having a reason to overthink anything. I didn't sabotage it. I listened to him and I said, "You're right. I do have all those things. I am exactly those things that she's looking for. I am that person. I do deserve that style profile. You're right. I've been looking for it. I've been manifesting this. I've been doing affirmations because I've been wanting that position the whole time." So I call her back. I said, "Hey, I have a date. Let's meet up. Let's do this date." etc., etc. I'm sending you my answers. I'm sending you everything that I have, and I am doing it now. Again, I go back and I look at everything she's asking for, and I have all those things and more. But at the same time, you are just like thinking to yourself, how the hell did I almost sabotage something so amazing, so wonderful that I just wanted so bad? Because I think a part of it is where we grew up, like thinking that because we grew up in a certain way, that that's where we should be living the whole time. And that's absolutely not true. Because even when I left my neighborhood, I went to a really great college. I got a really good education. I was able to buy a house after that. But why do we fear asking for more money? Why do we fear asking for better position? Why do we sabotage our talents? Why do we feel like we are not deserving of fabulous trips around the world? Why is it such a big deal that you stay humble and you stay real to the neighborhood and the things that you grew up with? Obviously, you can be all those things and still have a style profile. And it was the most beautiful style profile. It happened. It was published September I have it's September 16, 2018, and it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful publisher. I took pictures. It was just the most beautiful. I coordinated with my makeup artist, Laura, of Sheer Beauty by Laura. She came in and she did my makeup and my hair. And the title of it was Thinking Up Inspiration. West Houston boutique owner draws on world travels to add pizzazz for herself and her customers. And it was just the most amazing, most beautiful thing. And I still have it. And Rusk did a really awesome framing of the article. But again, it is the silliest, dumbest shit that we deal with because we have this idea that we are not worthy of great accolades, of great awards, of great things and beautiful things. How do you confront these things and how do you move forward? Because we do sabotage. Sometimes we sabotage a good relationship. Sometimes we sabotage a good job raise, our talents, great things. So I'm going to be giving you guys three things that I have done um, to push myself through these imposter syndrome feelings. They are not easy to do. Sometimes you think, oh, I wish this was easier. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But number one, I would say push out negative thoughts. The minute those negative thoughts start to come in, you've got to recognize them and you've got to push them out. And being a again a driven woman and dealing with tough mental shit on a daily basis, you have to push out negative thoughts all the time. You have to recognize that when negative self-talk enters your mind, you replace it with positive ones. And every time you start to think that you can't do something, you have to think of something you did and that you overcame and you kicked ass doing it. That's number one. Number two is you have to look at it as a challenge and always look for ways that you can grow from something. So if this is an accomplishment, you've got to look back at other accomplishments that you've had and how you face them head on and how they looked like they were overwhelming. Maybe they looked daunting, but you accomplished them and you grew from those. So seek them out, look at other people and seeing what they're doing and look at how they have been able to overcome something. Why can't you? Obviously, they did it. Why can't you? So do it, do it, do it. Don't stop yourself and do not regret it. The other thing is, I want you to create a tribe of believers. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and they add positive value. I think if I would have just hung up the phone and said no to Joy and never spoke to my husband about it, he would have not known that I had just said no to a really beautiful, wonderful opportunity because I was so scared and thinking that I was not deserving. So he's part of my tribe. I have other women, I have family members that are part of my tribe. He is part of the tribe of believers in me. They surround me, they come to me, they believe in me, and they add positive value because they know that I deserve it and they know that I'm capable and they know that I'm worthy of it. At no point do you not have that value. So you've got to remember to create that sense of it. And if you're feeling and you're starting to sense that the imposter syndrome is starting to hit you, you've got to reach out to those people immediately. You know who they are. Even if it's one person, maybe it's just two, they will be there to will lift you out of that crazy funk and say, girl, you better go call her back. You set up a date and this is for you and you deserve it. You've worked your ass off for it. You're kicking ass out there. Why not? Do it. Push, 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 push. The other thing that I do sometimes, and it's another thing that I really, really believe in, is creating an alter ego. And creating an alter ego means just, developing a person that's outside of you that takes on those behaviors and starts to say, I deserve it. Of course I deserve this. Of course, I'm humble. Of course I believe in myself. Of course, I'm ambitious. I'm driven. Of course I've been working for this. And this is something that's been manifested for years and years and years and time and time and time again. I have manifested these things. We have definitely got to start thinking in those terms. And for those of you that are in business, sometimes you've got to ask people for things and again, believe that you deserve those things. If you are asking for a fee, if you're asking for a service fee, whatever it is, you've got to really put it out there and believe that that fee is worthy because you are worthy and what they're getting from you is definitely top dollar and high value, whatever it is. So for me, those are the four things that I do in terms of imposter syndrome, in terms of really, really having a way to move past it. Sometimes it's something that creeps in, but I think if you recognize it creeping in, if you recognize things um becoming a little bit of like, oh crap, do I really deserve this? You've got to recognize those negative thoughts and push and push and push them out immediately. Do not let them fester, because if you let negativity fester, if you let um sabotaging fester in your head, you will not ever, ever, ever achieve that level that you've always wanted to achieve. Again, look back in the community and see who's doing it and look at them. You don't think they've ever dealt with imposter syndrome themselves? Of course they have. But they've overcome it and they've seen ways to overcome it. They've seen that they are deserving of everything. Why are only certain people deserving? Of course not. Not only certain people, everybody is. And you are as well. So you've got to fight it. You've got to constantly challenge yourself. Again, challenge yourself to see those things out and see that if it's a challenge, I'm going to freaking conquer it and it's going to fucking happen. You just have to believe it. It's really, really a mindset thing. And changing that mindset is just crucial. So again, want you to look at it. Again, you can reach out to me at Vibes by Alicia if you have any questions. I can help you through it. If you want to meet with me, if you want a one-on-one with me, if you want a consulting session, something you want to talk about, definitely reach out to me at Vibes by Alicia. That's my podcast Instagram account. Our sponsor today is Natalia Castillo from Skincare Specialist. She will take care of all of your health, beauty, and wellness needs. Follow her at Natalia Skincare Specialist. You will not be disappointed. She takes care of me, and I love, love, love when my skin is done with her. Oh, she takes so good care of it. So reach out. Let me know what you're thinking. If you've gone through the imposter syndrome, I want to know more and more and more about it. I cannot wait to hear from you. Follow us, subscribe to us, share us with your friends, tell everybody about us, like us, and I cannot wait to hear from you guys. Again, go out there and kick some ass.